Hello, in this video I'll be showing how you can easily color grade and edit your raw images when it comes to Photoshop. So this is going to be focusing more on only color grading when it comes to Photoshop, and how you can easily process and get the most vibrant colors in your images. And simply like the video, don't forget to subscribe if you are watching and you are not a subscriber to this channel. So after importing the raw image into Photoshop, it is going to be opened in the camera raw filter. So within the camera raw filter, we want first of all correct the lighting and contrast issues regarding this very photo or regarding this very image. So I'll simply come to my highlights and recover information within the sky, and I'll do the same for the whites to recover majority of the information within the sky. So I'll simply come and add blacks just like that and open up the shadows to open up the shadows even more within the background and within the dark areas of the model. So I'll just simply come and add contrast. So I prefer my images to have a little bit more of the contrast, and I'll simply open up the exposure of this very image or of this very photo. So after I've done that, the next step is going to be coming and working on the white balance, because you can see if you are to analyze the scene and the model, you can see that she has some kind of blue color cast from the blue environment. So in cases like this, in case you want to eliminate the blue colors from the skin tones or from the overall image, that is what we know as white balance. So just come to white balance, and you can see my temperature is towards 4900. So I'll just warm up the image by taking up the temperature slider to around 5700 kelvins, and by just doing that, you can see the image, the skin tones now look better than where we started. So I can even take this higher to around 5800. So after doing that, I'll scroll down to my color mixer, and under color mixer we have hue, saturation, and luminance. So hue is changing a color. So for example, if we are to look at the greens in the image, you can come and you look at, we have, or you find the green colors within these options. So we have greens. So when you come to the greens and we play around with the slider, you can see we are changing the greens towards the aquas, because we're moving the slider towards the right hand side, which is going to be making that color look like a color next or below it, which is the aquas. So by moving the slider towards the left hand side, we are making like the greens look like a color above it, which is the yellows. That is how hue is going to be affecting a color. Hue is changing a given color. Saturation is the intensity of a given color. You can increase on the intensity of the blues, or you can reduce on the intensity of the blues, just like that. And luminance is the brightness level of a given color. You can increase on the brightness of the blues, or you can even darken the blues in the image, or whichever color that you want to manipulate during this process. So having understood how hue, saturation, and luminance are going to be affecting the image, it is time to apply them to this very image. So you're just going to come to the hues, and I want the greens to pop, so I'll just take them towards the aquas, and I'll also do the same for the yellows, just like that, and make the yellows towards the greens slightly, and that in that way they're going to be popping in this case. Then after doing that, I'll simply come to my blues, and I slightly make the blues a little bit more to the aquas. Then I'll come to saturation and slightly increase on the intensity of the blues within the image. Remember, saturation works with the intensity of colors in a given image. Then you're going to come to the luminance and darken the blues, and in that way the blues are going to be dark in this case. But in case you want the image to pop even more, we shall scroll down to our calibration, and in calibration you can come to the blue primary. So make sure you select a blue primary, and you can see that we have the saturation slider. So just come and take up the saturation slider, and by just doing this you make the image pop. So I'll just do less of this to around 42. So after doing that, I'll simply come and show you the before and after for just the calibration. So you can see this is the before, after, before, after, before, after. So it has added vibrance, or it has made the image pop a little bit more in this case. So after you have done that, in case the image is looking oversaturated, you can simply come back to the vibrance adjustment layer or saturation, and you can simply desaturate the image to your liking. So for this case, I'm just going to slightly desaturate the image to around I'll take it to around -5. So you can see that this is okay. So after you have done this, you can say before and after for just processing the raw image within the camera raw filter. So just click on open in order to open this photo in Photoshop for us to do the next adjustments. So in Photoshop, the first thing we want to work on is getting even and uniform skin tone. So just come and duplicate the background layer by pressing Ctrl J, or you can press Command J on the keyboard, and come to the new layer icon, create a new empty layer. Change the blend mode for the new empty layer from normal all the way down to color. And after doing that, select the empty layer that we created initially before. Then come to select and come to subject. So Photoshop can automatically help us select the subject. So for this step, we just want to create even skin tones for the model or for the subject. So after doing that, you're simply going to come to the new empty layer icon, that the layer that we created rather. Then right click on the brushes, get the normal brush tool, and make sure the hardness set to 0 and soft round brush is selected. Then make sure the mode is set to normal, opacity in the flat 100%. We're just going to zoom in. So for this point, we just want to sample color on the skin that we want the rest of the skin to look like for the subject. So hold down the option key on the keyboard. So with the option key, it is going to bring a color picker. So choose or sample a color that we want the rest of the skin to look like. So option, and I'll sample a color on the model skin that I would like the rest of the skin to look like. Option and left click. And after sampling that color, I'll reduce on the size of the brush and start painting over the skin. Don't mind if the image is looking oversaturated at this point, because you can always come back and correct or rectify the colors and make them to look better. So I'll paint quickly over the skin of the subject. And the reason that's why we selected the subject layer is because we don't want color to spill to the background areas as you're trying to paint. So I'll do this quickly because I just want to show you how simple it is to edit and color grade skin tones and your overall photos when it comes to Photoshop. So I'll quickly paint like this. So in case you paint extras, don't mind, I'll show you how you can easily correct or remove colors from areas that you did not want to paint in the first place. So I'm just going to quickly paint like this, but I just want you guys to see how everything is done. So basically here we are learning the steps to color grading. So reduce on the size by using the box or square bracket keys on the keyboard, and you can even paint on her legs just like that, and like that. So I'm quickly doing this because I don't want the tutorial to be a pretty long one, but you always have to be careful during the painting process. So I've painted majority of the areas that have or contain skin tones. So in case you want to paint on a smaller area, you can zoom in by using Command plus on the keyboard. So you can see we couldn't see the ear quite well, so I'll just paint on the ear just like that. Paint there, right here in the middle of her hair on the forehead area. I'll just paint there like that. So after painting, Control minus or Command minus to zoom out, the skin tone looks better. But in cases whereby you have painted extras, you can get the eraser tool and make sure the mode is set to brush, opacity in the flat 100%. Then you can now come and rub away the extra colors in those areas that you do not want to be affected in the very first place. So erase it from the lips just like that, and come and erase it from her shoe like that in those areas that you did not want to paint in the first place. So for cases whereby you have missed out a given area, press B on the keyboard to bring back the brush, and you can paint back colors in those areas. Command minus to zoom out. So right now the skin looks okay. Then press Ctrl D, or you can use Command D to deselect the active selection. Then come to the opacity and reduce on the opacity because the skin tones are looking a little bit too orange and it is not natural and realistic. So around 71 it is okay. So in case it is still looking too orange, you can simply come and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Change it from master, select the reds because reds deal more with skin tones, come to the lightness and take the lightness down, and that is going to reduce on the amount of oranges within the skin tones before after the skin tone has been dealt with. So after you have done this, we are simply going to work on the rest of the colors in the image. So you're just going to come and create a selective color adjustment layer, and as the name suggests, selective color works on the colors within the skin selectively. So we're just going to come and first of all target the blacks, and for the blacks, in case you have a slightly magenta tint towards the image, you can come and take up the sun slider, and this is going to create a more cinematic vibe to the overall image, especially the dark areas of your image. And after doing that, you can even come to the greens, so target the greens and play around with these sliders to see what color works best for you. So you can even leave the greens to pop, or you can mute the greens by removing the amount of yellows from the greens. So you can even make the greens pop. So I just leave my greens to pop, and you can as well target the blues and play around with this slider to see what you want. So I'm just going to come to the blacks. You can see you can even darken the blues. You can see before and after for just the selective color, and it makes the image even look better. So in cases whereby you want to add more contrast to the overall image and slightly mute it, you can come and create a black and white adjustment layer, change the blend mode from normal to multiply, come to the opacity and take down the opacity to reduce on the opacity of the overall image. And by the way, we also have color balance, so you can just come to the color balance adjustment layer, and you can either add a given color in the shadows, midtones, and the highlights. So for this, I'll just add a tiny bit of greens towards the midtones to around 1 or 2. I feel like that is okay. And you can even come to the highlights and you decide to add any color. So you can even add a tiny bit of cyan to the highlights to around -1. And by just doing this, you're going to be able to get the best out of your images. So you can see the before and after for the color grading in just Photoshop, and it has even made the image look better than where we started. So this is how you can easily understand how to color grade your photos when it comes to Photoshop using Camera Raw or Photoshop. And in case you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe if at all you have been watching and you are not yet subscribed yet to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in more videos on this channel. Don't forget, keep practicing and also keep creating.